Right, so this is me on the return leg of the journey. So I picked up the yogurt. And hopefully by the time I get in, I will have some fresh inspiration or something. God will speak to me. Reveal yourself to me, God. I'm being playful. Yeah, but I think what it is, I mean, if you don't get it, you don't get it. But for me, I'm the kind of person I can happily wander through this world alone. One of my Facebook friends posted a status today, and I commented on it. The question was, when you think of marriage, what's the first thing that comes to your, what's the first word that comes to your mind? And I said, stress. And he responded, but you can work at it. And my thing is, I don't believe in working at anything, when it comes to other people. So I'm using this as an example. It's not about marriage. It's just because he mentioned it's something you can work at. And this isn't the first time I've had people say that to me about compromise, working together, and so on. But if you're the kind of person who, as I said, right, it's after 10, and it's not, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because I've got a lot of warm clothes on, why I don't feel cold. But it's cold, supposedly. It's damp on the foot, and it's dark. And I'm here walking through South Croydon. Not a care in the world as such. And I'm perfectly happy to do this by myself. I've said to people that the most fun I have, for example, if I'm going out clubbing or something, I will go by myself if necessary. And I tend to have more fun when I do go by myself. And people wouldn't understand that. But so it is in life. Rather than compromise, because for me, compromise is about accommodating other people. And if you, in your life, I'm not the type of person who, again, this is about development, I'm talking about development here. If you're the kind of person and you're perfectly able to walk through this world alone, you don't actually need to compromise on anything with anyone. So just using that post as an example, what's the first thing you think of when you think of marriage? The word that came, with anything, any kind of relationship really, that comes to my mind is stress. Because if I need to compromise, then that's going to, on my part, breed resentment. I think the people who are more able to compromise are those who are most needy or who aren't able to sort of stand on their own 2 feet independently, who need to cling on to others for their survival. And I've come across these I've come across these types of people in my time, and I'm not saying they're not all bad as such, but it's one of these things where it's difficult to explain. You either have to be that kind of person or you're not. So, I'm on the road at this time in the night by myself, and I feel perfectly safe. I feel as safe as though I was walking in broad daylight. I'm not bothered by anything. I don't feel I need anyone to protect me or anything like that. But if I'm rambling. Yeah, so if you see what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to get clarity, because like I said in the previous video, I want to sort of move along to the next level, please. Right, so if and I've said as well, I'm all over the place here now. I've said, messages from guys and all of that, and it's like, yes, talk is very cheap, But I've said also, you know, a lot of these guys who solicit me, they'd be very unhappy, wouldn't be able to. I'm not the kind of person you could live with if you're not on the level where you have some level of independence. If you're just looking at just looking for someone. It's the same thing with friendships. I'm using guys as an example because that's the thing that people can relate to. If you're the kind of person who absolutely needs to have somebody to cling on to do the thinking for you, or to help you do the thinking and so forth, and you can't just sort of function independently, then I'm not the kind of person for you, whether it be as a friend, even as a relative, anything, let alone to sort of be married to. I'm just not that kind of person. So whenever people talk about, oh, you know, it's give and take, it's not. It is absolutely nothing to do with give and take if you are a fully functioning human being who doesn't actually need to rely on other human beings for any kind of mental or emotional support. What will happen is it's going to only succeed in dragging you down if you end up in a situation with anyone, as I said, I've been calling, anyone who is of the opinion that, oh, you know, we can compromise, we can try and make this thing work out. You got to try and make something work out. It's not for you. The past, I didn't do any work for the last 3 days because there's something I'm working on, and it kind of put me off sewing, and no inspiration was flowing, which is, I guess that's why I'm walking around the streets here in the dark now. I'm looking for inspiration to flow, but in other areas of my life, kind of. But it wasn't until the inspiration flowed and I figured out a way to do the thing that I was working on, because it's one where I had to innovate. So when the inspiration flowed, that's when the motivation came. So the motivation and the inspiration work hand in hand. So again, if you're sort of in a situation with people who don't look for inspiration, but to look to other people to give, you know, to do the thinking for them or to motivate them, that's going to burn you out in the end. It's a bit like if you've got a food supply and everybody's coming to you and you're just taking out, just handing out the food and never replenishing your food storage. Eventually you're going to end up starving. So I'm not too keen on the idea of making things work. I'm all about encouraging improvement and all of that. And I've had people say to me, you're the hardest person on yourself. And I find that quite offensive in a way, because if I want to be hard on myself, then who is to tell me that I shouldn't be? If you, like I said, very exacting standards on myself, but it is what I want to do. It's how I choose to live my life, kind of. So at the minute, I'm kind of, I don't know, like I said, I want to move to the next level. I don't want to, you know, whatever that level is, I don't, because I know, I understand growth and I've experienced it. And at the minute, blimey, where am I? Here I am. At the minute, it just doesn't seem to be happening quick enough. I sound like I'm impatient. I'm not really. But like I said, that's what I do. When I want things to kickstart, I wander. I go for a walk late at night, taking some fresh air. And then by the time I get back to bed, hopefully something will flow. So I have arrived back. So I'm gonna say see you later. There I am. Bye.